Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It's morning here in Boston. I'm kind of upset because my other video was over 15 minutes. My first over 15 minutes, and I wasn't able to upload it. But since I'm driving, and I don't want to wait to get it out, I just kind of want to get this message out, so I'm redoing another one. So the other caption was called Changes Now. Changes Now, and again, I think I'm going to continue circulating around empowerment and unity because you all, the oppressors, are out to get us. You know, we need to wake up. We need to wake each other up. We need to build. We need to support. We need to secure our future, our children's future. We need to stop the hating on each other. Stop the envy and jealousy and, intentional wrongdoing, and stop being so microwavable. Some people want to do the minimum and expect the maximum, and it doesn't work like that. Then you have others that are willing to take with no remorse, and that's not, acceptable. Again, I think ignorance is so welcoming now that we have to recorrect the minds. The minds need to be, it's imperative that the minds are to be recorrected. There's so many changes going on nowadays. We need to look inside of ourselves to see what we can do and how we can be a team player or a part of society, in a positive way. Again, we need to constantly try to stay in a prominent position together. If we hate ourselves and we hate other people, and then we hate each other, ourselves, and other people, then who stands for us if we don't stand for ourselves? You know what I mean? With the oppressors against us, you have hate groups that's stronger than our own kind. And I'm not saying, we're not strong. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying it needs to become more popular that we do and we can, and we are showing that we can stick together. We can support one another. We can fellowship amongst each other. Again, and let's start, trying to diminish drama and jealousy and, just all the things that aren't even healthy. You know what I mean? Let's try to start making timelines of what is it that you really want to do, and then try to network yourself to do it. I think we're all blessed, like I said before, with a creativity that really needs to be looked into, and acknowledged. Not a 9 to 5 is not meant for everybody. I get it, and it's okay. It's not okay when we're living in an environment or a world where everything is either high or low. They say this is the land of the free. It's not the land of the free, people. Hello? Excuse me. We fought for so much. We fought for so much, for equality. We fought for, equal rights. Even the gay community. We fought for marriage and benefits and so much. It's kind of like we're fighting for things that we should have already had or qualified for because the land of the free. You know what I mean? And then it's like I don't feel good, you guys. And then it's like it's used against us in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like we just have to wake each other up. We have to start educating ourselves. Nobody's willing to educate us for free. You know what I mean? Knowledge is free. Pass it on, share it. Constantly look at how you can or someone else can stimulate, each other's mind with knowledge. You know what I mean? Because the changes that have been going on in increments, and now more changes are continuously happening, especially when it comes down to black and white. What do you think is going to happen in the next 5-10 years? And then we're not sticking together. So it's going to be like a recap of genocide. You know what I mean? You got to think like that. You know what I mean? And then for the upcoming generation, they know now what we're teaching them. So if school's not going to teach you about where you're from and our ancestors and the fact that we built this land, and you're not teaching them the fact that the ancestors, our color, built this land, then our kids automatically by default gonna go wrong. You know what I mean? Because the focus is on idolatry and materialism and technology. And technology is great. Hence, I'm talking to somebody across the world right now. But utilize it accordingly. You know what I mean? Again, don't, and I talked about it in a previous discussion, don't utilize social media to constantly poison each other's mind. You know, you have to stand out. You have to stand out with confidence. There's a lot more topics that I do want to discuss, and I think this recording, this video right here, just took me for a loop because I couldn't upload my other one. So excuse me if I'm a little bit everywhere. I'll be better prepared Monday, topic wise. But definitely, you know, we have to just we have to educate each other. You know, I put something on Facebook the other day. Did you know that in Atlanta, well, I'm gonna say Georgia, you know, schools south of Georgia are so poor that not every classroom has textbooks. You know what I mean? The inner cities, it seems like we have more of our color moving out than moving in. You know? Then everything's becoming so unaffordable. Excuse me. Everything is coming so unaffordable. We don't have no choice but to move out. We can't afford it because we don't have good credit. We don't have good credit because we don't even have the finances to recorrect that. You know what I mean? So then our generation is so microwavable that we want it right now. We want it instant. You know, and then those instances, you know, keep coming, we keep doing it. Your credit gets backed up, you're in debt, then it's like, oh, I'll postpone it, I'll procrastinate, I'll get back to it later, or whatever. Procrastination, like I said before, is the root to all evil, just like money. So I think we are our own downfall, and we are our own, you know, upbring. You know, we can't depend on others to uplift us. But let's start. You know, you gotta want it long term, not just for today, not temporary gratification. And I think that's one of the problems too that we're experiencing. The microwavable generation and temporary gratification. For right now it works. Nobody's thinking about tomorrow. And that could be one of my flaws, because I am a long-term thinker. But when you put, you know, your thoughts and your facts and your knowledge and your vision of what you see, what's going on right now, hence the news and the oppressors, it kind of boils down to common sense. You know what I mean? So in that sense, I think I'm okay to plan long-term, or, you know, have some type of solution as to how I'm going to take action in raising my child. But I say this because there are some of you all that's awake. Some of you all are actually awake. So share. It's okay with sharing. And everybody you share with, they may not get it. And it's okay. You know, either one or two things are going to happen. Either one, they're going to open up their eyes and inquire and become interested. You know, that's you being a catalyst. Or two, ignorance will take over and they're going to be like, oh, you're just crazy. That's fine. Okay, on to the next. You know, let that feeling of you waking somebody up or putting your two, you know, feet forward and waking somebody up, you know, just make you feel good that you did the best thing you can, you know, do. Because when things hit the fan, like they say, you know, history repeats itself. When things hits the fan, you know, a lot of our generation is not going to be prepared for it, you know, because a lot of us are sleeping. Again, I'm not saying, you know, there's not, you know, pillars out here, but they're not, you know, actively involved, you know, the way I foresee should be. I'm not saying there aren't movements. I'm not saying, there aren't organizations and communities actually looking to help. I get that. But any which way possible we can wake each other up, let's do it. Why not do it? Again, I know there's a lot of ignorance with the non-race. I know our race is angry. I get that. I've experienced it. I lived it. I used to be it. We're not perfect. But if we continue to stay in the mind frame and never grow, then our oppressors are constantly winning. No, we cannot have that. We have a whole nother coming generation that needs to have their eyes opened to what's real. And the reality is the color black, there is always going to be some type of discrepancy. Period. There can't no one tell me otherwise. Whether racism is rare, maybe it's not, in the forefront, but it still exists. Discrimination. They say, such and such is not discrimination. Get you on an application. Well, guess what? They still discriminate. They're not going to tell you. So how can you really hit somebody with a discrimination lawsuit? No, they just look at you and like, I don't want you in my office. If we have so many children in foster care, and I think you age out at 18? So they're not out here actively in the community protesting or talking about how they feel. You got predominantly the black men incarcerated that supposedly with felonies cannot vote. So how much does their voice matter? But from what I hear, and I'm gonna do my research, people with felonies or felon can vote. So if you take those two numbers alone, that already cuts down our race's voice. You know what I mean? So for us that do have a voice or can utilize our voice, let's just start thinking about how we can utilize it properly. You know what I mean? And just think about how the oppressors are against us. Even Obama. And I don't even think that everything, his decisions or whatever, yeah, I may have my opinions about it, but now all of a sudden buildings and stuff is blowing up when a black man goes into presidency. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I watched this documentary for 9/11, and I only have really 2 more minutes, guys, but I watched this documentary on YouTube about 9/11, and they had specialists, I think some type of bombing specialists, break down their opinion on how the buildings collapsed, and it was an inside job. Well, of course it's going to be an inside job. If they never been blown up before, of course it's going to be an inside job, when obviously they can do what with that? They can blame that on a black man. You know what I mean? But thanks to Obama, everybody across the world got free cell phones. Hello? But alright, guys, I don't want to overutilize my time, and I don't get the message out. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like through everywhere, but I think it's important. I need to upload. I really didn't want to wait, so I hope everyone has a blessed day. Enjoy your weekend. My next video will be out Monday. Stay safe, you all. Wake up. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Email me. You can IG me at Boston Mixtress. I am a bartender. Or email me at bostonmixtress@gmail.com. That's Boston, BOSTONMIXTRESS @gmail.com. You all have a safe weekend. Take care.